don't like talking about myself though. Maybe you do, but I don't.
Ask you a question.
Oh, that's out of the question.
Yeah, it's this all. I just want to ask you one, and I'm pretty sure I'd be done. It just depends on how you answer it.
Okay.
So as Cheap Trick prepares to get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you know you have already proven to be somebody who has the most amazing memory.
Okay.
What?
Just stump the band guy?
Oh God, no! I'm never going to play that game with you. That would be ridiculous.
All
right. Yeah. My question is, what 5 songs made you who you are today? If we can go from the beginning to maybe now, the 5 songs that kind of shaped you, gave you the passion to be the musician that you are, the songwriter that you are, and now the Hall of Fame inductee.
2,000 Pound Bee by the Ventures, Them Terrible Boots by the Orlans, Stabat Mater by Dvorak, and a couple others.
And a couple others. So it was Adventures, that's the first one you said.
Well,
that's
that's one I can kind of remember, that it wasn't Walk Don't Run. They were an instrumental band. It's like, but 2,000 Pound Bee, I just like the way that, you know, it's like, it was a wacky title for an instrumental track for guys that weren't really that wacky.
Okay.
So I like the combination that it had. I don't remember how that song goes, but I did like the title. And second, Them Terrible Boots, the Orlans. A great black group that I always liked. You know, I worked with a lot of black groups, but they were like some of the best. And they had, you know, besides having cool songs that danced, not just the shuck and jive dance stuff. Right. It was like they were like way, you know, like years ahead of like Outkast or something like that. You know, who I, you know, when they first came out, I was like, forget about it. Those guys were so cool. Bombs Over Baghdad, you know, just great beats and great stuff. But that was way back. That was when I was buying 45s. So that was a couple years ago.
Just a couple.
And then the Stabat Mater was actually something we did when by Dvorak. It's a weird orchestral sound that we, or song or composition, I'm not sure. But it was one of the few classical records that I liked so much that we played a section of it in the middle of a song we had called Violins, which we never recorded. And we recorded it live, I think. And it was like, it's creepy. And it's like, we knew how to be creepy before it was cool to be creepy. So I said, you know, you got me, there are 5, you know, and then I said there's 2, a couple more.
You know,
but I mean, it's like, you know, I could go way back. Sandy Nelson, Let There Be Drums, that was one of the first records I had because I was a drummer. So.
How did I not know that?
Well, you don't know everything.
Like, this is the very first Hamer guitar ever made. This was made for Paul Hamer, who, it was his company. Right. He made it for himself and brought it to show it to Rick at a very early show. He fell in love with it. The shape's exactly me. This is the thing I need to be playing. And he said, well, I'll make you one. He goes, no, I want this one. So Paul never even left the gig with this guitar. Stayed with Rick, and he had to make another one for himself.
What made you decide to pick up the guitar? Because to me, you know, putzing around on the drums it seemed easier for me to pick up that skill than it was to play the guitar.
Well, yeah. I played drums. I was like, all the other guys were not up to the snuff I thought they should be.
Okay.
So I taught myself how to play. And because I said, being a drummer, I said, you know, it's easy to find drummers. You got to find somebody that can count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, start over.
Sometimes we stop at 4 and wait a bit to start over.
Don't flatter drummers.
I went to New York to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yep. Not something anybody ever starts a band and say, God, one day it'd be great to be there.
There was no Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when we started. It was like, that's for baseball. That's for, you know, football. Football, I don't think it was there then yet because the NFL didn't have the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff. Sure. But, you know, it's like, that was baseball. That was Minnie Minoso and Louis Aparicio and Warren Spahn and Matthews was his name. Eddie Matthews, I think was Eddie Matthews. these are all Braves and Milwaukee Braves and stuff like that, Chicago Cub people, Ernie Banks, all that kind of stuff. I got to meet Ernie Banks a couple times too. So those are the Hall of Fame people. David Wells, the baseball pitcher, was a friend of mine from when he was. I met him when he was at Detroit with Kirk Gibson, and we started trading. And I helped him get some guitars, and he already had some. And one day he gave me the guitar, the Lucille, with BB's signature on it. And thank you very much. Then later I was in Chicago for a guitar contest thing, and BB was there. And actually it was the day I got married. I think it was the day I got married. I played with BB King at Boylan High School. Earlier, and then I got married, so I said at least half the day was really good. And
those moments, personal or professionally, where you do a show that people really connected with, and you evoked a lot of emotion, because at the basis of it all, it's not necessarily about whether you want to make them angry or you want to make them laugh. You just don't want them to be apathetic. You want them to feel something. And along the way, were there moments where you got done with a show, you got done with a session, you got done with an interview, probably not this one, but you got done with an interview and you felt, this is one of those special moments in my life I'm never going to forget?
Okay, 1979, September 1st, in Nuremberg, Germany, playing at Zeppelinplatz, which is where Hitler had all the rallies where you see the end of World War II, they blow up the huge swastika. And that was the place that we're going to have all the leaders from, Roosevelt or Truman, whoever was in power at the time, and Mussolini and Chamberlain or whatever, Winston Churchill, and they had like a zoo. They were going to have these guys on display for the Germans to enjoy, and that's where Lily Riefenstahl, that's where all the big Hitler rallies and all that stuff were. We played there with the Who, and it was like a huge crowd, and it's like how do you think about the what had gone on before at the same place. But I'm playing there with the Who for 100 and some thousand people. How cool is that? And then Pete Townsend, you saw the picture, Don? You saw the picture?
Yes.
He's asking me, Rick, how did you get that guitar sound on I Want You to Want Me on the live album? I said, you're the guy that did live at Leeds. You're asking me.
Sure, right.
It's like, what? That's like a surreal kind of moment. It's like, the student asking the teacher, but now the teacher is asking the student.
You can learn from anybody.
Yeah, he should have known better than to ask me. But it's like, it's like somebody had fallen and they're asking me a question. It's like, that would never happen. It was never supposed to happen.
It's hard to imagine yourself. I mean, I can't walk in your shoes.
What size you were?
Well, 12 and a half.
I'm a shrimpy 11.
But do you not ever think of yourself as, literally to the rest of us, you're one of the greats, man.
I don't think that way.
Yeah.
It's like, I tell, Steven Tyler's a rock star. And he is. Every way, shape, form. Dresses like it, talks like it, acts like it. A career full of it, and he's terrific. He's very super talented. But I just think, I'm well recognized or something like that. People, you're the guy in Cheap Trick, or Rick, it's like, but they don't really know what I actually do or know that much about me. It's like, I'm just kind of a well-known guy. Every place I go, if I go to Europe, I go to any place, not everybody knows me. It's like, but they don't, I don't, I don't have a Jaguar, not Jaguar, I'm sorry, a Ferrari or a,
Sure.
I don't, that was never my goal. It was never my goal to have 500 guitars either.
But that would be why. It's supposed to be the bravado. It's not because you certainly don't have rock star talent, rock star abilities, all that kind of stuff. It's just not the way you carried yourself.
Yeah, it's like, these guys that were rock stars, when I met people that were famous and they were cool, that was the coolest. If I met them and they were jerks, it was like, somebody I look up to and they're horrible people, and it's like, I'd like to be a good people person or whatever, a good person, and happen to be and do what I want without, you know, I won't steal your girlfriend.
Okay.
So all the guys in their bands liked me because I wasn't trying to, you know, steal their girlfriend.
Okay.
So I got along with basically everybody, and I didn't steal their girlfriends.
Slowing down because you're loving doing this. You said to Rolling Stone that I don't ever want to stop. It's been a great thing for us. We got a great run. We're still going. Except
Yeah.
you said you had all the mirrors removed from your house.
I did, don't I?
I haven't seen any since I've been here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, we've known each other a long time. You're this DJ guy that I know, and I'm the guy that plays. It's like, then I look in the mirror. It's like, who are these old?
Believe me, I can relate.
Well, yeah. So there you go. You know, it's like that part of it is just, but that's nothing I have any control over. You know, besides putting my clothes on. You know,
Sure.
and looking handsome.
Mm.
Well, that hasn't happened yet, but you know, I think, you know, it's like Rick. Some people, this guy, he got some work done on it. I said it would be too much money, and there's too many things. So I just keep.
Just look in the way.
Just
you
buy
do.
more clothes.
Don't cut me anymore. I just be me.
Yeah, you know, and that's what I've always tried to be. I was just like, if you try to be somebody else, you know, oh man, I want to be just like Jimi Hendrix, or I just want to be like Keith Richards, you know, Jimmy Page. That's why, you know, when I go out and buy guitars, I don't buy the ones that guy uses. I buy the ones that have been used but have been neglected by all the people, by all the guys that are looking for something. I want to be like that guy. I never wanted to be like that guy. I appreciated other people. I didn't want to be in the Ventures. I didn't want to be Sandy Nelson. I think he had a, I can't remember because I didn't know him, but I think he was missing a leg or something like that. But he was a great drummer, and you know, Buddy Rich back in that day. Oh man, the drummer. But he was as mean as Frank Sinatra. You know, it's like, why would you want to be there? I love the Kinks, but Ray Davies was a jerk to us, and a jerk to his band and his brother. It's like, you know, that was way pre-Oasis, and you know, like really fighting. It's like, get over it. I mean, guys are cool, and a little bit of that is kind of interesting. But you know, when I see him physically push his brother over an amplifier, what in the world? You know, that I didn't like.
Yeah. And things. And
when you were rude to me that one time, oh, you weren't. Right?
No.
Okay. Here, Louie. Come on. Sit down.
Hi, Louie.
Bite Steve. Bite him.
Hi. Oh.
Bite him. Sick him.
Not your dog, apparently.
He's as deaf as I am. No, he's well trained.
Oh.
Sick him.
So he's kind of like luring me in.
Yeah, he's
false sense of comfort.
You've got a seat here.
Oh.
Hey, good, right on cue. Get out of here.
Well, are you and I good?
Yeah.
Louie?
No, you and I?
Yeah.
Oh. I never know what you're here.